I am Veronica Mocha, your elopement expert in New York City, and today I have my first bride guest. Thank you so much, Velvet, for coming. Velvet is getting married in 2 months, right?
Yes, 2 months.
Yeah, very exciting.
I am excited.
You're my guinea pig.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, I'm very excited. Okay. It's very exciting, a May wedding.
Yes. It's an exciting time.
Where is it going to be?
At the Marina Del Rey in the Bronx.
Oh, very fancy. Nice. This is not my kind of weddings. As you know, I do micro weddings.
Which are really great weddings.
Yes, thank you. I love them. I love Central Park weddings. How many people do you have?
150. 150.
Wow,
yes.
It is a really big wedding.
It's a big wedding. It's a big wedding.
And so I got to know Velvet because you were applying for your marriage license.
Yes, I was. And I needed your advice. I see and follow you on Instagram, and you're amazing, and I love your videos. And I said, I need help. So I reached out to you to find out when is the right time to get your marriage license, because I'm getting married in May.
Perfect. And I said, now.
Yes, and so many people told me, no, not now. And you said, no.
Now. Yes, if you're in New York, why wait? You have 60 days. And the thing is that the difference is that the day that you apply, that's not the day that you had the appointment, right?
Correct. Yes.
So you apply, you follow my instructions.
Correct.
Thursday, 9 a.m.
Yes.
And then when did you get an appointment for?
I got an appointment for March 21st at 11 a.m.
There you go.
But you were very, very correct with all of the stuff that you wrote on your website. It was very clear and easy to follow.
Thank you. All right, because I sent you the link.
You sent me the link, yes.
Right,
and I followed it line by line. So I made sure to be at my computer online ready at 9 a.m.
9 sharp.
And then open for me.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you. This is the biggest issue that most people have. It's so frustrating. You are the perfect bride. You really are, and I wish all of my brides were like you.
Oh, thank you.
But you showed up at 9 o'clock on Thursday, like I said, and you got your appointment. And the appointment is for the 22nd of March. And your ceremony, your wedding is May 7th.
Yes.
So that means if you get your appointment for March 22nd, that means you have until May 22nd to be married, right?
Yes.
So you have 60 days from the day that you have your appointment. And another thing that's important to remind you all, the day that you get your appointment, that's the day that you will have your marriage license. They give you the marriage license during the appointment.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
You thought they were sending it?
Yes.
Oh, no. So if you're doing the appointment online, virtually, they'll just send it to you. You get it in the email, while you're doing it. So that's why they want to meet you. This is very important. Okay. That's another thing that people make mistakes. The purpose of meeting you and doing an appointment is to corroborate that all the information that you provided them is correct.
Okay.
So many times there's misspells. They make mistakes with the mailing address. They make mistakes with whatever the person was born or the mother was, I don't know. And it's important that when you do the interview, the lady or the man is going to show you the screen and they're going to say, read and make sure everything is correct. They always do that.
Okay.
When it's in person, they just turn the screen around and they show you the screen and say, make sure this is correct before I print it. So once you tell them, yes, it's correct, then they print the marriage license for you. Since it's online, they're not going to print it. They just send it to you via email as a PDF. And then you have to print it out. You do have to print out as a PDF, and your wedding officiant will sign it, and then they'll send it. Who's your wedding officiant?
He's a pastor. It's my grandmother's church.
Oh, okay, in the Bronx. He's not the guy from New Jersey. Okay.
No, the Bronx. Yes.
He was a very funny guy. Anyway, because in New Jersey, neither here nor there. I don't know why I get out of topic. But if you're in New Jersey, if you have a marriage license from New Jersey, it's very different. And it's crazy bananas in New Jersey. They have it 4 times. It's weird.
Wow.
So they have 4. You have to fill out 4 forms. And it used to be that you can put carbonic paper, but not anymore. No. They're nuts. They make you 4 times. The same paper. Wow. One is white, one is yellow, one is pink, one is blue. It's nuts. And it's very annoying, but in New York, no. You just
Thank
fill
God.
out. Yeah. So the day that you get married, the pastor will fill this out, will sign it, you'll sign it, your husband will sign it, and you only need one witness. You can have two. And then make sure that you take a picture of the license.
Okay.
And you keep a picture. So there's a number in the top corner on the, what is this, right?
Yes.
The right corner, that's your number. It's a license number. You want that in case you want to complain because you didn't receive your certificate of marriage. Which also happens. Yeah, it also happens. And it only happens because they're lazy and they take their sweet time.
I can see
There's no other reason. Once you get married, you will mail them the signed license and the city clerk will receive it. And their job is to receive it, check that everything is correct, and they will issue you your certificate and they put it in the mail.
Okay.
It's important that you keep a copy.
Okay.
So usually I would scan it and make a photocopy of it and keep it. I used to do that. I used to make a photocopy and keep it for my records. We don't do that anymore, but just having the number. The good news is that if there's any issues, now you can email them.
Yes.
So you email them and they answer right away.
So what happens after, so what are the next steps after that? Like, then that's it. We're just married?
Right.
There's
So
nothing else?
nothing else. You're from America. You don't need anything else. If you're from an English-speaking country, even if you're from America, England, Ireland, New Zealand, Australia, Canada, you don't need that. The certificate that they send you in the mail, that's perfect. That's good for anything, for everything. You can go. Are you changing your name?
Yes, I am, but for professional, no. But for, yes, I am.
You are changing your name.
Yes, but I'm going to still use the last name, my last name.
Yes, like I'm doing.
Right. Because I built my career.
Right, your business. Oh my God, I forgot to say, so please. Give a shout out. Velvet is the owner and founder of
Bedazzling Accessories, which is an accessories boutique where you can find unique, one-of-a-kind handmade pieces like some of the stuff I'm wearing. And everything is all handmade. Or if it's not, it's designed by a person of color. It's just a very unique store that I have, and you can find me online at Bedazzling Accessories.
We're including your website here.
Thank you. Or follow me on Instagram.
Yes. You can follow her.
Yeah, I've had my business for 15 years. And so it's not easy for you to get rid of your name just because you're married.
Right.
You love your husband, but you have your business.
I know. Just so you know, so when I was getting married, first I said, I'm not going to change it because we got married late in life. Right. And
like me.
Really? I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
40s is late.
All right.
I'm married in my 40s.
Right, me too.
He's 42 and 40. Yeah.
Me too. Yeah, so. 40. I was 42.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, so we go to the city clerk. Back in the day, was in person, and there was this Asian lady. She still works there because they never quit. No, they never. They have all these people working there. They have some kind of, what is it called when you work at a university? Tenure.
Oh, tenure. Yeah, so they'll be there for the rest of their life. They must
be, and I'm sure they're on, what do you call, union or whatever.
Union.
Mm-hmm. They're holding on to those jobs like this. No, it's true. It's funny. True. So there's this one Asian lady. I will never understand this woman. I don't know. I have no words. Because she's done this, if I've done 700 weddings last year, alone, we had 3 businesses. But imagine how many people she must see a day, a week, a month, right? Yes. She has to, so I don't understand her. We go there, she's done this 1 billion times. Why are you making this more difficult for us? The lady, we already knew everything because we do this for a living. So we knew, we had to do, but she just confused us. So I'm just letting you know, be prepared to answer and to know, hold your ground. So I said, are you changing your name? I said, no. Are you sure you're not changing it? Because then you cannot, blah, blah, blah. And she started going. I'm like, lady, why are you talking? What are you doing? So now she planted in my head. Now I'm feeling guilty. I'm feeling funny. Long, short, I changed my name. I hyphenated it. My husband is there. But it was like, I had made a decision before I walked in. Why this is, and then I talk to my couples, and some couples tell me similar things happen to them in reverse as well. Like they were going to.
So she does this to everybody.
So it's bananas. Like, whoa, lady, be quiet. It's none of your business.
Yeah.
You hear my answer. You just write what I said.
Check and move on.
Check, exactly.
Oh.
So in case they confuse you, don't let them.
Okay,
you be strong.
I will be strong.
Yes,
Okay.
they're just employees.
Okay.
Making whatever they're making.
And they like their job way too much.
Yeah, I don't know. And then other times, they're mean sometimes too, because they harass the foreigners. Foreigners wouldn't have. If you're not from here, you don't have a social security number.
Yes.
And they make them feel funny or guilty. Oh, you need a social. It's like, that's not true.
That's not nice.
You don't need a social. We marry a lot of international couples all the time. Neither one of them is American, and they just come here to get married, like you do in Vegas.
Right.
You don't need anything. So why are you confusing people?
Yeah.
So it's good to know, for everybody watching, it's good to know things ahead of time. So when you walk in, don't feel
intimidated.
Exactly.
Yes, it can be very intimidating if you don't know.
But it's all in your head. No.
Yeah.
This is like going to the motor vehicle department. Which
same thing.
Same thing. And that happened to me
drama.
too. It was very...
They make you feel uncomfortable.
I always feel like I just regretted. So I have a driver license here in New York, and I wanted to get one in Florida. So I go to Florida, and I bring my license, and I brought my passport as well, just so they see I'm American, right? Now my name in my passport and my license don't match, because I got rid of my middle name, so it's not so long. Veronica Moya, because now it's Veronica Moya Lau.
Right.
But my given name, that's in my passport, is Veronica Evelia Moya Lau. I hate those very long names.
Very long.
So I don't want 4 names in my driver license. But this idiot, oh no, she had to match the passport. No, you don't. Evidently you don't. Why are you doing this? And then I felt really stupid, because I gave her my passport. Shouldn't have. I should just given her my New York driver license, and you match that.
She must match it and copy it.
Right. You copy this, and that's it. But so that's a lesson for everyone. Be prepared. Have a do a little meditation before you go in to speak with any of these people. And you're the boss. Okay? Don't feel that they're running things. You're running things. This is your day. This is your wedding. This is your paperwork. And this is what you want in your certificate. Okay, so but going back to pay attention to the spelling, because they do make a lot of mistakes. I do have, on spelling, I guess you can correct that later, but sometimes there's mistakes with the mailing address. And if they have the wrong address, when they send your certificate, it'll get lost.
Yes.
You'll never get it.
Right.
And then they'll force you to pay again. And if you don't get it because it got lost in the mail, they go like this, and they tell you now you have to send a request for a copy of your certificate of marriage, and you have to pay $35, which is paying. I mean, it's not that much money, but it's the hassle of
the hassle. Oh my!
They want a money order. You said, it's a whole thing. Yeah. So. But that's fine. Nothing's got. I mean, everything's.
No, you're preparing me. Thank you.
It's just all worst case scenarios, which is not going to happen. You're ready. You're doing great. Do you have a day off coordinator for such a large wedding?
I do have a day of coordinator, and she's very helpful so far with the advice that she's given me.
Such as?
She told me that I need to. Here's one thing I didn't know. For the invitations I was mailing out, she said when you go to the post office, you ask them for wedding postage stamps. And I didn't know that. So that was a lesson that I learned. Just little things she tells me, nothing like huge, but just these little things like you guys know that I wouldn't know. I mean, I've never been married before.
Okay.
So, yes.
So what are your expectations for the day off?
My expectations is that it runs smoothly. The wedding starts at 5. And I want to be on time.
Yes.
And then it goes from 5.
But for her?
For her, I would like her to take care of all the little things, like family members that are annoying, people who did not RSVP and they show up, anything that the
Oh
maitre
yes,
d'.
I know. How did you come up with that? How do you
Because
know?
my friend had that happen at her wedding, and she called me and she said, "Be careful because people just show
Yes,
up."
they do. And people invite themselves.
They invite
I know.
themselves.
It's amazing. Well, my book is coming up.
Oh, I can't wait to read your book.
Thank you. It's going to be fantastic.
What is the book called?
Oh, the book is called How to Elope in New York City.
Wow.
Straight to the point, and I give a lot of advice for things like that. Advice that nobody tells you until it happens.
Yeah.
And you're always shocked. Like, I was shocked. Like, I can't tell because my husband is close by, but one of his friends shows up with shorts. Yeah, Bermuda pants.
No way.
Yes way. And she wasn't invited either. And she loves him so much, she decides to show up. At least put on a dress, lady.
And how did you handle that situation?
Oh, I didn't handle it. It was my usual, I was myself.
And that's what my video coordinator is going to deal with.
Yes.
Because I don't want to have to know, I don't want to see it, and I want her to take care of that.
Oh, very good. So all these are conversations that you want to have with her ahead of time.
Correct.
Also, another little advice, don't expect your friends and family to do anything.
Yes.
Not because they won't or they don't want to, they will want to. They want to help. Everybody wants to help. Oh, look, we're in New York City, evidently. I don't know if you can hear the sirens. Everybody means well and everybody wants to help, but they don't know what they're doing.
Right.
And even if they do, I had very smart, very capable friends at my wedding, PhDs and doctors and, people that run hedge funds. But something very unique happens on the wedding day. These are people that are close to you and they love you and they care about you. And what happens is that emotions run high on that day, and a normal reaction for a normal person, normal circumstances doesn't apply.
Okay.
So
the energy shifts.
Exactly.
I understand.
They absolutely, we're all empaths, whether we know it or not. And you're nervous, you're anxious. There's a lot happening.
Yes.
Whatever you're feeling, you are also sharing it with the group. And anybody near you, next to you, who's a family member or a friend who loves you, it's going to be affected by those emotions. And then things happen where they make stupid mistakes. And like little small things, but it's annoying, right? Like even like if you need them to hold your bouquet while you're doing your vows. I'm like, lady, can you hold it? I'm there. I'm like this.
I can see that
happening. And they're like standing like this, like right next to you. I'm like, seriously? Like, I just hand it. And then I have my other friend, because I've done so many weddings, we wanted to do something different with my husband, so we did the breaking of the glass. We're not Jewish, but
just to do.
Because I like the symbolism, but it's, breaking of the glass, it cannot be undone.
Correct.
It's forever.
Yes.
You're gonna put those pieces back together.
I like that.
So I wanted to incorporate that in my wedding, and I gave the glass to my best friend, who's a brainiac. She's this very smart woman. But, like I said, on the day.
And she couldn't break it.
No, I gave it to her. All she had to do is just hand it back to me as I gave it. I had done what I had to do. I had put it in a zip bag, a plastic bag, so all the pieces would stay inside the bag.
Yes.
And then I wrapped it in a handkerchief. And I gave it to her. And all she had to do is just take it out of the bag and put it on the floor. That's it. But she took it up. She thought it was a good idea to take it out of the zip bag and just give me the glasses with the cloth with it. And so now I have glass in the all over the floor, and I'm like, why would you take it out? I didn't know. She says, exactly. Did I tell you to take it out? Why would you? But you can be. Then you're a bitch. Then you're a breadzilla. You cannot do that. You cannot be yelling at your well-meaning friends for doing the wrong thing.
Right.
So to avoid that, just use the person that you pay. She's working for you. She's a day of coordinator, because some coordinators, I've seen them do stupid stuff as well.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of...
they're the professionals.
Oh, please, yeah. I'm not a fan of wedding planners for that reason. I'm yet to meet. If she's wonderful, bring her. I want to interview her.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And I'm dead serious.
Okay.
I have yet to meet a proper wedding planner that I can approve of.
Okay.
That I say, oh, she's on it, she's got it, she knows what she's doing.
Okay.
Seriously, we went to, my husband and I went to this huge wedding in the south. It was like 300 people, you know.
My gosh.
And the couple loved their wedding planner. They love her. She's the best. She's so great. Ooh, because that's what happens. You know, you develop a relationship and they're very nice. And you think, oh yes, you know, they becomes like best friends. Oh, you know,
Yes.
they're invested in your wedding and they're so helpful and they
Yes.
give you all these tips. But then on the day off, there's like specific things that they need to take care of and they don't, and I don't understand it. In this particular wedding, what it was is so it's a huge wedding, 300 people, and the first 5 rows, so where they're sitting waiting for the service to start, the first 5 rows empty. And this is also something that happens at every wedding. People don't want to sit up front, so you need someone either. So I've been an officiant for a long time, and I'm used to just, you know, when I'm officiating, I always tell people, please sit in the front, please occupy these rows, because you had to leave the back for the latecomers as well.
Yes.
And so many times people are very respectful because they don't want to go in the front in case that belongs to family members, close family members.
Yes.
But usually they don't belong to anybody. You already, because usually if you have a bridal party, they will stand with you.
Right.
And then you have mom and dad, so it's like 4 people, maybe 6.
And that's it?
And that's it. You don't need 5 rows for close family friends.
Right.
Anyway, so there we are. And I'm telling people, so I'm nobody, right? This is an acquaintance wedding. This is not a close friend or anything.
Right.
So I have if anybody had no business going in the front, that was me. But it just bothered me so much. And I started telling people, I said, people, we need to, you know, we should, so, you know, then my husband's like, Veronica, shut up and just sit and go, all right. So I'm like, fine. I'm just letting you know, this is bullshit. You shouldn't be doing this, whatever. I don't know who's organizing this, but they don't know what they're doing. So I sat where they told, you know, my husband was comfortable sitting because, you know. So I think we sat on maybe the 3rd or the 4th row.
Okay.
Wait. So then the service starts. And so the first one coming in is the groom with his parents.
Uh-huh.
So the parents drop him off at the altar, so to speak. It's not really an altar. And now the parents of the groom have to go and sit down. And these poor people, they're all alone in a sea of empty chairs, right? And they don't know where to sit. Why? Because this moron, the planner, yeah, she told them, you sit where the X is. She had made an X on the floor. However, when they set up the chairs, they put another row in front of the X. So supposedly they were supposed to sit on the first row, which was by the X, but then it just, instead of telling them, you just sit on the first row right here, she says, oh, you sit by the X. So they sat on the 2nd row by the X. Why would you do that? And then his parents are from New Jersey, so they're normal people, and they were bitching about the same thing I was bitching. Like, they didn't understand why they're sitting there alone and nobody's there, and like, they're looking at us in the back and saying, come and sit here.
Yeah.
I say, yeah, duh. So I don't understand. This woman, it was a huge production, 300 people wedding. She's super professional. And the same thing for the minister, by the way. On that wedding, he didn't say anything either, which is like, why?
Oh,
why?
No.
Oh, you have a pastor, right?
I have a pastor.
Very
yes,
good.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Anyway, so have a conversation with her, sit down, and make sure that you think about all the. So my book is about to come out. There's a whole section about that, like what can go wrong and things to think about beforehand.
Okay.
So if you just make sure that she writes it down and she knows what to look out for.
Okay.
Crying babies.
No kids allowed at my wedding.
No kids allowed.
No, this is an adult wedding.
I
want
know.
to drink and have fun. I can't stand going to weddings and hearing crying babies or because they can't sit. And it's not their fault. Children are not equipped with sitting still for a long period of time.
And you're sure they're not bringing the kids?
None. I'm being a bridezilla.
Very
and
good.
I've been
very
very tough. And no one is allowed under the age of 13.
Wow, very good, because my friend did that too.
No way.
and her French she didn't get it. Oh my God.
Well, if you show up with
funny.
your baby,
It was
that wedding planner is going to tell you to leave.
No, my friend, she didn't know how that's enough, but you're good. You're very good.
Yes.
She didn't know how to say no. People were inviting themselves.
I said
and
no.
she was like, and she didn't know how to say no. And so
well, it was a very important thing for me because I've been to a few weddings and it works my nerves to see them or hear them. Or I'm trying to drink and dance and they're running on the dance floor, or you're in the midst of dancing and they're playing.
Sure.
It just, and why not, if you're a parent, want a day off where you
course.
can drink and have fun? Why do you need to bring the baby?
Of course. Oh no, I'm with you 100%.
You have enough time. I told people in advance to get a babysitter.
Very good, very good. Oh, so exciting!
Non-negotiable, no kids.
Okay, Velvet, you have to send us picture.
I can't wait to send you pictures.
You had to come back after the wedding to tell us everything about it.
And I can't wait to read your book and then give a review about the book because I know it's going to be great. You are such an expert on all topics of wedding.
Thank you.
Yes.
And I have a surprise for you.
Oh.
You told me you're going to do your own vows, which is great. I always recommend that. Yes. So I want to give you as a gift.
Thank you so much.
For you and for him. So it's a little help. You know, you answer the questions. It's a little silly, but it'll make you think.
This is why you need to follow Veronica Moya at Wedding Plankages NYC. She's the best. You think of everything.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so brilliant.
So this is true. This is for you when you tell me.
Thank you.
Sure. If you like to be a guest, please send me an email, and I'll be happy to have you in person. Oh, we are at the Love Chapel. I should have plugged that in too.
It's so beautiful.
We are in the Upper West Side.
Pretty.
Yeah, this is the only wedding chapel in Manhattan where they do weddings 7 days a week. So, he's letting us use the space, but there's another wedding coming now. So we kind of had
non-stop weddings.
We had to go.
No, thank you for having me, Veronica.
Thank you.
And I'm going to keep calling you and asking for advice as we get closer to May. Please follow her.
Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I'll see you next week. All my love.